What's going on, everybody? This your boy Isaiah, coming to you again from Bucko's Locker. Subscribe, like, comment, share all my videos. Make sure you hit the notification bell icon to notify you all new videos that's posted on this channel. Also, if you want to donate, please feel free to donate. The donations are in the description box. Also, check us out on the Bucko's Locker Facebook page. We're also there as well. Hey, good morning. Yep. Y'all know what I'm about to talk about. Y'all already know. We ain't got to sugarcoat nothing. The man in question, that guy. Y'all know what NFL stand for. What's up, everybody in the chat room? Y'all good? Why y'all not at work? Why y'all not doing work? Why y'all in the chat room? Gotta have my vitamin C. But the man in question goes by the name of Gerald McCoy. The third pick in the 2010 draft, Gerald McCoy. Been in the league since 2010. Has been a great professional football player. Has done a lot of great things in the community. As a Buck, family man, great husband. No off-the-field issues. With that being said, what does the NFL stand for? The NFL stands for not for long. I like Gerald McCoy as a person. But the comments that's been made by Bruce Arians has raised my eyebrows around the league about Gerald McCoy. This all started right when the offseason started. Right when free agency started. It started Black Monday. The questions about what the Bucs going to do with their roster. And Gerald McCoy name kept coming up. Y'all know about it. Y'all know about the salary cap situation. Gerald McCoy is scheduled to make $13 million. I gotta eat. I'm about to go in. $13 million he's scheduled to make. There comes a point in time in life you must move on. Production versus salary. That is the issue we have with Gerald McCoy. Production versus salary. His last couple years, man, 6 sacks. His first couple years in the league was, he was learning the position. Then he had a stretch where he was like the top 5 defensive tackle. Made multiple Pro Bowls, all pro teams. From like 2013 to like 2016, he was like on it. The injuries kept coming up. He always had the bicep injury. For some strange reason, he always had the bicep injury. He always had the bicep injury. I never understood why he kept having bicep injuries. Tricep, bicep. It's always something with his arm, which has slowed him down quite a bit. And being 31 years old, a defensive tackle, bruh. The defense is about to go to a 3-4 hybrid. Can Gerald McCoy play a 5 technique? A 3 technique? Can't play 0 technique. Gerald McCoy is a penetrator. He's not stout against the run. He can rush the passer, though. From the inside, he provides pressure from the inside. But he always hurt he always have upper body he always have arm injuries. Always has arm injuries. Tricep, bicep. Like it's always something going on with him up here. Why? Does anybody know why he continued to have upper body injuries? Arm. It's always something. And he plays the position where you need to use your hands and arms. And running a 3-4, a hybrid 3-4, which is an attacking defense, and at his age, it looks like his time is coming to an end with the Bucs. After listening to Bruce Arians at the competition committee meetings they just had, Bruce Arians was non-committal to Gerald McCoy. He kept deflecting to Jason Light. Now we already know how most of us feel about Jason Light and his direction with the franchise as far as picking players, drafting and signing players. We all not a big fan of him for a lot of those picks and signings and cutting people and stuff. But this is going, I hope if it comes to an end for Gerald McCoy, I hope that it doesn't get ugly. There's no need to bash the man and make him look like he's trash and, all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, Bruce, if you don't want Gerald McCoy on the team, man, just trade him. If you cut him, that's not good because he has value. But a lot of teams are not going to take on that $13 million contract. Unless the Bucs are willing to pay half of that contract. Let's just say the Bucs pay like $7 million of it. Or willing to buy some of that contract for the other team. I think that might be one of the holdups with this situation with Gerald McCoy. They're shopping him. It's pretty obvious. They're shopping Gerald McCoy. But teams it's so close to the draft, and this draft is heavy. Not even top heavy. It's great all around from the defensive line standpoint. And a lot of teams are not. They're trying to wait till after the draft. So there's a great chance Gerald McCoy will not make it to OTAs and training camp. there's a great chance that Gerald McCoy gets traded during the draft or right after the draft. I don't think he will get cut before the draft because it's so close. Because the Bucs, this tells me more and more and more. This tells me that the Bucs will pick somebody from the D-line. I know Devin White is there, but I got a great feeling that the Bucs is going to go D-line again. Despite the glaring need of another cornerback, but once again, Bruce Arians is moving. He made it clear that, pretty much it's going to be somebody in the front seven. He can spit all that slick talk and that smooth swag talk, but it'll be somebody in the front seven. How about that? I don't think Greedy Williams will be picked at 5 because his stock has kind of dropped as more and more tape get put out on him. A lot of the mock drafts have Greedy Williams going down to the Steelers at 20. How you go from being a top 10 pick all the way down to 20 in these mock drafts? This is what happens when you get a lot of tape and you got time to review tape. I still think Greedy Williams is a top 10 pick. But as the scouts keep looking at Greedy Williams, they're seeing a lot of things that they're not liking. He's not Patrick Peterson. He's not Mika Fitzpatrick, Derwin James. You know what I'm saying? He's not that type of player. They say he has problem with tackling. Greedy Williams can cover his ass off, by all means. Excuse my language, but they're breaking him down pretty well. And I think he will be a great addition to the Bucs. But once people get tape on you and they start studying you like in and out, they will start picking things and nitpicking. And so for Greedy Williams, his chances to be being drafted by the Bucs, less than 10%, about 10%. 10% chance that Greedy Williams, that the Bucs will draft Greedy Williams. I don't think so. It'll be somebody in the front seven. But back to Gerald McCoy. He has some options though. Gerald McCoy has some options. He could restructure his contract, but it seems like he's not even willing to do that because he hasn't said anything to make me believe that he's willing to restructure his contract. And this is why contracts are made the way they are. And I know a lot of people be like, "Oh, that's a lot of money." A lot of these contracts are made with guaranteed money, when incentive-based, front-loaded contracts, because they know these players can fall off at any point. And if you have a player like Gerald McCoy that's been pretty good for a long time, and you give him a 5-year deal or a 6-year deal, those first 3 years he's going to make his most money. Most contracts like that, they never see the last 2 or 3 years of those contracts. In Gerald McCoy's case, he has a few years left on the contract, and he's not going to see $13 million from the Bucs. Bruce was so non-committal. Bruce was like, he's still a disruptive player, but not like he used to be 4 years ago in his prime. When he said 4 years ago, count back. That's 26, 27, 28 years old, He's talking about the prime Gerald McCoy. He's 31 now. Bruce knows exactly what he got with Gerald McCoy. There's enough tape on Gerald McCoy these last 2 years to let you know he's not a $13 million player. We all know that. We all know Gerald McCoy is not a $13 million player. 6 sacks a game. He doesn't impact the game like he used to. He's not disruptive. He's not aggressive. There's been a knock on him. He's not like a Ndamukong Suh. He's been soft a lot. You know what I'm saying? Get pushed around, But he's not a $13 million player. He had 6 sacks last year and the year before that. 6 quiet sacks. Were any of those sacks game-changing? Shoot, the last 2 years, his 12 sacks in the last 2 years, have any of those 12 sacks been game-changing? They've just been sacks. No big sacks, no memorable sacks. He's just been a steady player. And you don't give steady players $13 million. I'm not saying it's over right now, but Gerald McCoy, man. I'm not going to say this is the end, but it's looked like it's coming to an end. Bruce wants to get you in pads to evaluate Gerald McCoy. He wants to evaluate Gerald McCoy in pads in this new defense. Remember, if you are a upper echelon or middle of the pack player, you don't need to evaluate them. So obviously, Bruce feels like, and Jason feels like Gerald McCoy is not even middle of the pack anymore. He feels like Gerald McCoy is not in the middle of the pack of defensive tackles anymore. When you got to evaluate a 31-year-old, 6-7-time Pro Bowler, we got to make sure he can fit the defense. JPP don't even fit the defense. What is JPP? 5 technique? But JPP still got talent. JPP can still get you 12 to 15 sacks right now. And JPP is what, 30, 31? And he's getting $14 million a year, but you don't hear Bruce Arians saying, I got to evaluate Gerald McCoy. I got to evaluate JPP. You do not hear Bruce Arians saying, I got to evaluate JPP. And JPP is just as old as Gerald McCoy. Anytime you mention I got to evaluate a player, that's not a good sign. Whether you're a young player or an old player, or even a prime player in your prime years. When a coach has to when a new coach has to evaluate you, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get cut or traded. And they're looking at it from a risk-reward standpoint. The risk of keeping Gerald McCoy on the team at $13 million a year, $13 million for this season versus his production, they're not 100% confident. When I say they meaning Jason and Bruce and even Todd Bowles, they don't feel that Gerald McCoy, his value is $13 million. Now, I'm surprised that they did not offer or even mention Gerald McCoy restructuring his contract. Bruce, Jason, at least offer the man a contract restructure, man. I mean, you can at least say, well, we can look at his contract and see if we can restructure it. The fact that didn't even come up, that's not good. The fact that they're not even offering a contract restructure deal, they can easily do that. I mean, Gerald McCoy still has talent. He's still a player that can give you something. And, we all need D-line help. But looks like the Bucs want to go younger. Quentin Williams, Ed Oliver, Montez Sweat, Josh Allen. One of those guys will be there at number 5. Is Gerald McCoy still good? Yes. Is he still? Yes, he's still good. But is he a top? Let me ask y'all this question in the chat room. Is Gerald McCoy still a top 20 defensive tackle? Is Gerald McCoy still a top 20 defensive tackle? We got 32 teams. Is he still in the top 20? We got some yes, we got some no's in there. Why don't you guys think he's not a top 20 defensive tackle? Why? Why is he not top 20? Because if you don't think he's top 20, then he can't get $13 million. Some say yes, some say no. So we kind of split down the middle. Okay, if he's not top 20, then is he worth better yet, is he worth $13 million this year? Is he worth $13 million? Now, mind you, keep in mind, JPP is getting $14 million. That's $27 million between two guys over 30. With a defensive draft, heavy D-line ready. The defensive draft is so deep, you can go into round 3 and 4 and get a starter. How many years have we heard our D-line is weak? We've heard this too long. Every year, the Bucs need a pass rush. Bucs need a pass rush. Bucs need a pass rush. When your number one guy is getting 8 sacks, 8.5, 9, that's not good. We got a team full of 4 sack guys, 3 sack guys, 5 sack guys. You know what's so sad about this too? Like I said, Gerald McCoy is a good guy. Jason Light, you've been there since 2014. You know exactly what you got in Gerald McCoy. You've been with Gerald McCoy for the last 4 years. Straight up. You know exactly what Gerald McCoy brings to the table. Why is Jason not offering Gerald McCoy a contract restructure? Why is Jason Light not offering him a contract restructure deal? That's a red flag to me. It looks like Jason and Bruce want to cut ties with Gerald McCoy, period. Now, remember, in a 3-4 hybrid defense, you need to be disruptive. You need to be attacking. So being disruptive in a 3-4 hybrid defense is a good thing. I hope this don't turn out to be a John Lynch situation. Oh, Gerald McCoy's washed, and then trade him or get rid of him, and then all of a sudden, Gerald McCoy has like 2 or 3 more good years of like 8, 9, 10 sacks. You know, that we don't want that situation, right? We cut John Lynch because he couldn't pass a physical, and he goes to the Broncos and passes the physical, and then proceeds to make 4 more Pro Bowls. Something has to give soon. The Bucks can hold on to him because it's a just in case situation. If the right guy falls to the Bucks, maybe they keep Gerald McCoy around for a year. He can, show the young guy the ropes for a year. Or they'll trade him during right before trading deadline. But I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. It would be nice to see Quentin Williams via Gerald McCoy, JPP, Carl Nassib, Noah Spence, Shaq Barrett. It'll be nice to see Gerald McCoy with a young stud on the line. Because you got to remember, we'll probably be drafting a defensive lineman next year too, because JPP will not see the rest of his contract. So this is a telltale sign on what's going to happen with JPP, Jason Pierre-Paul. He's going to get done the same way. He will not see his full contract. Because JPP is due to get a lot of money next year too. He won't get it. So I know a lot of folks was like, damn, why they drive Vita? Why they drive Vita? Why they drive Vita? Why they drive Vita? Well, Jason was kind of smart, even though we wanted Derwin James and Mika Fitzpatrick. This was the reason why they drafted Vita. This is the reason why they drafted Vita. Insurance. And we've seen Villa started to, catch on and understand how to play football in weeks 12 through 16. So I'm not going to say, it was I know as fans, we do get frustrated when we don't get the player that we want the team to get. But because let's be honest, it was better players sitting at 7 for the Bucks to pick. Even that when they picked Villa, they could have picked Derwin James. They picked, and then turn around, they picked Villa last year, and they're going to turn around and address the D-line again. We might not like these picks that Jason does, but I see I see why he did it. They knew Gerald McCoy would not be on the team next year when they picked Villa. But can you imagine though? That's a nice little rotation, right? Nice little 8-man rotation. Let me break this down for you. Like if they keep Gerald McCoy, the number 5 pick, Quentin, Josh Allen, Montez Sweat, Ed Oliver, Villa, JPP, Carl Nassib, Gerald McCoy, Shaq Barrett, Levante David, Noah Spence, William Golson. Kendall. All those guys can rush the quarterback because according to Bruce, Levante has been a stacked linebacker, and they're going to blitz him a whole lot more. Levante still got about 2 or 3 good years of prime play. That's about 10 guys that can rush the passer. Now, are they elite guys? JPP is the only elite pass rusher we got. Carl Nassib is a rough grinder, high motor, high energy guy. He's that guy, like a Sam Hubbard from the Cincinnati Bengals, the Bungles. That's who Carl Nassib remind me of. Sam Hubbard. He's a poor man Bosa. He's a poor man. He's a great value version of Joey Bosa. That's who Carl Nassib is. That generic brand. He's a generic Joey Bosa. But losing Gerald McCoy, it sucks. I mean, in my opinion, I don't think he's going to be on the team in training camp. But let's be honest, there were other guys they probably could have just cut off and just kept Gerald, right? Like, I know people mentioning in the chat room, but yeah, William Golson. Why we still got him? They talk about giving him more weight so he can play the 3 or 5 technique. So they're gonna make William Golson gain 15 to 20 pounds to play the 5 technique, and JPP is gonna be the outside linebacker. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. So many questions about Gerald McCoy, man. But I'm gonna wrap this video up. About to go eat some lunch. I got some lunch coming. But anyway, you tell me what you guys think in the comment section about this Gerald McCoy situation. Should we keep him? Should we cut him? Should we restructure his contract? I'm gonna say we. Should Jason restructure his contract? Should they keep him? Or should they trade him? Or should they cut him? Let me know in the chat room, man. Let me know in the comment section. But anyway, I just want to drop an afternoon video on you guys. This your boy Isaiah, coming to you again from Bucco's Locker. Subscribe, like, comment, share on all my videos. Make sure you hit the notification bell icon to notify you on all new videos that's posted on this channel. Make sure you check us out on the Facebook page. If you want to donate to the channel, you got any questions, hit the donate link, type the question in, ask the question. With that being said, I want y'all to fire those cannons, seize the day, and we're going to raise those flags this season. I'm out. Deuces.